okay? I wish I had one of the other styles to show you, but I just don't today. So you'll have a standard J on your verticals, but at the top, your headers, and at the jambs, the bottom of your windows, you'll have a head trim, they call it, which is the same shape and profile as what you see here. The only difference on the vertical side of the jamb side is that you'll have a little kick out right here on this piece of the trim just to conceal where it comes into the panel slides in. But at the top of the window, your head trim will be in this same profile, and then your jamb trim will come into it in this fashion, okay? So when I get out there, those windows, there's no holes yet cut in the exterior of the building, but on the interior, they have all the framing done, and you'll be able to see where the windows are from the inside. You'll see the insulation right there. Is what I'd recommend going in there first. Go around the opening, take your little drill bit, just drill your little hole up in the two top corners, the two bottom corners. Make your reference locations on the exterior. There's two ways you can go about that. You can take the exterior sheets off at each window location. Just take off what you can put back on, at that time. Don't go through, take the whole side off. So when you come to a window, you might have one sheet, you might have two sheets to take off. It's gonna be easier for you guys just to take the sheets off, cut the insulation around it. You're gonna make sure they're gonna need double stick tape then. So when you cut that insulation, you'll take the double stick tape, you'll put it between the framing and the insulation, stick the insulation around. When you go to cut the insulation out away around the window, okay? You don't want to overcut it outside the window, the framing, okay? So it's wood studs in there. And so what I'd recommend doing is going from top corner to the bottom corner, making a big X in your insulation when you cut that. Trim off the yellow insulation that's on the exterior, and then fold the vinyl up and off to the sides. You see what I'm saying? Around the window.
Just like a Tyvek?
Yeah, like a Tyvek, because you're going to take that vapor barrier down, you're going to fold it back around, and just stick it into the insulation and it'll stay.
Has that got itch on the walls out there?
Yeah, there's 3-inch vinyl back insulation. It's in the picture you showed me.
Well, I didn't remember. I wasn't there when they put it on, so I didn't remember if that was batted on the inside or not also.
It's not, I don't know if it's batted, but it has vinyl back insulation.
Okay.
So you'll cut back that insulation, fold your tabs back. You'll have a tab on each side, one on top and bottom. And then you're gonna start putting your J-trim on. Well, you'll put the window in first. So put the window in, fold your tabs back on your insulation, make sure that is sealed around there, and then you'll start putting your J-trim on. So now we're gonna get to the J-trim. So if you're giving myself an inch mark. Very thin cut there, but then just go into it. Another good thing to have, guys, is I used to have some in here. There's some small needle nose pliers. Just so you can grab and bend your metal with, so you're not cutting your fingers up. Another thing when using snips, guys, I'll just show you on the back here. Okay, when you're gonna run a long cut through here, you're gonna cut it like in this fashion. Well, I'm not closing them all the way, okay? You start closing them all the way when you're cutting. like that, you leave little dents, okay? So when you're running a long cut, you know, when you're going 6 to 12 inches or longer, don't close them all the way. Just 75, 90%. That's all you're looking for. Okay, you'll eliminate those little marks right there. All right, so I've got a clean edge here. So I'll use the same pair of snips to make this whole cut right here. Okay, so I didn't have to jump from greens to reds. Okay, so this side here, this is my headpiece that'll be on the top of the window, and I have a jamb coming in. I recommend installing your vertical jamb pieces first. So install this one first, okay? These are gonna be your 2 easiest pieces. They're gonna have, your jambs will be straight cuts, just straight off cuts on top and bottom, okay? So, you know, you guys, it's gonna be easier for y'all just to, y'all can teach them, do a square cut. You guys can go through and start installing. This dimension to this dimension is gonna be from however tall your window is. Your opening, your rough opening, okay?
That's it, it'd be from that corner right there. to that
Yeah.
one.
So your rough opening size, you know, it'll be this on your jambs, okay? So once your jambs are cut and installed, you're gonna come to your headers and your base trim. So they'll sit on the window just in that fashion. So I measured this, yeah, 1 inch. Okay, so that 1 inch mark I put right here. 1 inch. I drew an X on this right here, just for a reference. That X is my cut lines, is what that'll be. So I'm gonna take my snips, I'm gonna come in here. Now you see the difference with your snips, your reds? I'm able to get all the way up in that corner here. I can over here. Grab my reds or my greens, now I can, okay? So I can come out of this corner nice and tight to clean cut. So when I come in here to cut this, I'm gonna cut it just right up there. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Cut that right there. That's what I'm left with. This is where you want those needle nose pliers, right here. It's just gonna save a tearing a finger open.
I stopped and work.
You don't have them. Okay, that's the look we're going for right there, guys. So this is the same detail you're gonna do on your header and the seal around your windows. There's no other different way to do it. This is the best way to do it, guys. This method right here will save you from water leaks coming in. The way this fits together is just like that now, okay? See inside there? Okay, now I've got 3 tabs I just made that bend down. I could run a pop rivet in right here if I needed to. When you go to pop rivet this, that's when you're gonna wanna have those needle nose pliers. You're gonna wanna hold this and then drill it and then pop rivet it. Okay, because
He's not really done.
Is there any need to caulk that?
there's really no need to caulk it. I mean, because, you know, if you think about it, guys, what are you caulking?
Yeah.
You know, when that water comes down the wall, where is it gonna go? It's gonna run out into this trim now, and now the water, this trim's gonna take the water and guide it down below the window. And so at the base, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'm gonna do this one more time. So we got an inch profile over a trim. Mark an inch. You just gotta know an inch reference line right there, that's it. Come in, make your X. recommend doing that because you will cut a finger. So now on the bottom, you're looking like that.
See how all three of those corners go inside?
So this is your bottom profile. Just like that, guys.
Israel, is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the same method you'll use around all doors and all windows on a metal building. If you have an overhead door, you're gonna do the same thing just at the top. And your jambs will run all the way down to the slab. Okay, your jamb trims. Windows, same fashion, top and bottoms are gonna be the same. You know, if all your windows are typical in size, great. These old boys right here need to start cutting y'all's trim. Y'all need to teach them, show them. So I'd recommend cut the jambs first, straight cuts. You got all your jamb pieces ready. Come back, make sure you do the first one right, and then just bang on all the rest of them. And then now whoever's installing, it's already got the trim made up. They're putting it all together while you guys are staying ahead, making the trim for them, mitering it.
And you'll be screwing these on the wall right here.
Yeah, so
Would it be like a roof nail or staple? Or?
So you're going into wood on this one, guys. So it's a metal building, but it's wood interior framing is what the owner did. So you're gonna just use a regular drywall screw is what you're gonna run in through here. It doesn't have to be a self-cutting screw. So just kind of picture if you have a wood frame rough opening out here window, you're gonna just screw right into your jambs of your studs right through here. Say if this is my height of my window, I'm gonna put a screw here, here, and here. Just 3 screws to hold this one in place. These will butt up, so your window will be installed first, guys. So this will butt up tight to the window right here, all the way around.
That would actually sit on those fins on the outside, on the ends of the window.
Yeah, if the window has a fin, it's gonna sit on the outside of the fins. That's right.
So not overlapping the window? Be on the outside edge of the window? Or is there a reveal?
No,
No, if you have a nailer, you know, on your windows, this will sit on top of your nailer. Yeah.
because you'll
And
put
you-
that on first, and then you'll put this on top of it.
Yeah.
And then your sheet will go back inside that.
Yeah, so when you put this on, you know, if it's not plumb, that's final product when you're done. And it needs to be nice and snug around the windows. So plumb windows will make plumb trim. Okay?
If the window's existing and you're putting that on there, and the window's not setting plumb, and you put that plumb, you're gonna see that reveal on the window. It's the only bad thing. If you have control of that though, you wanna make sure they're all plumb and level.
Yeah, so put your jambs on first, and then come back once these are on, and you'll just fit them into place. And if it needs a prop rivet, you can put one. Let me show you one other thing, guys. I have my razor knife in here. Okay, you see this is a hem in here, this piece of metal where it's rolled around. So that's called a hem. The purpose of a hem on your trim is to make it more rigid. There's no hem on this side, look.
And where it won't touch you.
See? It's sharp. You got a hem on this side. So that hem is gonna make this piece twice as strong, okay? So in that hem, you can actually fold that piece out, and this will help you just keep your head to J-trim snug. So you'll take that piece and you'll stick it in there, like so, okay? And then you take those, hold this in for me real quick. You'll take those needle nose pliers and you just cramp that down right there. And if it still needs a pop rivet, then you can put a white pop rivet in it right there to make this corner nice and tight, okay? So the goal you're going for here is straight, straight, no water intrusions coming in. Right there. You cut your insulation in an X in your window frame and you have, you know, these triangle tabs now hanging out on all four sides. I'd recommend installing the window, okay, before you put that double stick tape on. Install the window and screw it in place, plumb the window, install your J-trim. Now you're gonna take, once your J-trim's installed, before the wall sheets go on, you're gonna take the insulation tabs and you're gonna run that double stick tape right here and right here, okay? The reason being is because we want the vinyl that's on the back of that insulation over the top of this, because that's your moisture barrier. And if water gets in there, at least it'll get in and it'll be on top of the trim and it'll be able to exit out instead of exiting into the building. So make sure y'all do that with your insulation. So cut the insulation, install the window, install the J-trim, double stick tape around the window on the J-trim, and then stick your vinyl back, your tabs, okay? Now you're ready to put your wall sheets back on. So that's a little crash course of it, guys. But this part right here is what's the most important, is all your windows need to look like this or you will get leaks if it doesn't.